at 6. First, the highlights. Maiden civil servant walk for fitness kicks off in Lagos State. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency boss warns officials against corruption. On the foreign scene, Mali to hold national peace dialogue. And in sport, Flamingos to battle Central African Republic in Douala. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. In a bid to promote the wellness and well-being of civil servants, the Office of Head of Service in Lagos State has organized its maiden walk for fitness. Civil servants from various ministries, departments and agencies of the state government joined the Head of Service, Guru, top government functionaries, including permanent secretaries, directors, on the walk, which kicked off from the Adeyemi Bureau Auditorium, Alausa, to Allen Roundabout in Ikeja, back to Alausa. Speaking with journalists after the walk, the State Head of Service, Guru, urged public servants in the state to be physically, mentally and emotionally stable to enhance their productivity. Aguru stated that the walk would be organized every last Saturday of the month, commended public servants for their dedication and selfless service.
Meeting up with each other, networking with each other. There's some staff have not seen each other in years because we're so focused on work. We go to work, we go home. So it's a good opportunity to keep fit, to network, to meet your PAMSECs and your heads of agency, and to speak to them on the same level, and just have a general chit-chat.
Special Advisor to Governor on Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement, Afolabi Tajudeen, and Permanent Secretary in the office, Abiola Koshegbi, describes the exercise as a way of keeping fit and help public servants to be alert while carrying out their duties.
It's a way of keeping fit, brain alertness, body and soul, and I think it is worthwhile starting the work from here at Adeyemi Bureau to Balogun bus stop to make a U-turn and we enter to the main gate. And I think I see everybody sweating. By the time everybody gets home today, it's going to be a sound sleep, freshness, and the adjustment of all the body system.
It's a very novel and very interesting initiative. You know, we have a situation where a lot of us are always sitting, we're sedentary, we're always sitting, we're walking, we're not taking care of our health. So this is really very exciting and we hope that it continues and it is sustained.
The event featured health talks, including on risk factors of high blood pressure, diabetes and how to prevent them. The Lagos State Government, through the Office of Public Defender (OPD), has rescued 2 minors, aged 4 years male and 15-month female, who were neglected by their father in the Awoyaya area of Lagos. The office rescued the children after responding to an SOS sent by Good Samaritans through its Facebook platform, where the kind-hearted negotiators narrated how the children were neglected and physically abused by their father. The director of OPD, Olubumi Adesomoju, added that the rescue team took immediate steps to ensure that children were rescued with the help of the police, while noting that the children are receiving much-needed medical support and have been placed in safe custody. Adesomoju expressed appreciation to the concerned citizens who brought the plight of the minors to the attention of the agency. The director urged residents of Lagos State to stay vigilant and report any suspicious case involving domestic abuse through its toll-free number 070-8060-1080 or email address opdlagos@gmail.com, stressing that such report would be treated with utmost confidentiality. The House of Representatives Special Committee on Oil Theft has promised to collaborate with the Nigerian Armed Forces and other security organizations in the country to tackle the scourge of crude oil theft in the country. Chairman of the committee, Al-Hassan Ado Dagowa, made the promise when he led other members of the committee on a visit to the office of the Chief of Defense Staff. Baruwa said the committee is proud of some of the achievement recorded in recent times by the military and other security organizations in securing government facilities and uncovering several facilities used in depriving the country of its crude oil. He recalled that the Chief of Defense Staff and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited recently inspected an illegal crude oil vessel loaded with thousands of metric tons of crude oil that was intercepted by a private security firm. The Baruwa also promised that the House would continuously subject the Petroleum Industry Act to further legislative scrutiny and amendment to provide for an efficient enabling environment for effective security operations. Now to the rest of the stories. The chairman and chief executive officer of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Taiwo Baruwa, has urged men and officers of the agency to shun any enticement that conflicts the ethos of their profession as anti-narcotic operatives. Baruwa gave the charge in Jos, Plateau State, during the graduation of members of the Strike Force Elite Corps in the agency. He noted that the success of the Corps could not have been possible without the commitment of the training facilitators and the NDLEA team of instructors. In his remarks, the agency boss appealed to the officers to embrace the discipline that had been instilled in them during the training and ensure they are incorruptible in the discharge of their duties. The Kano State government has warned chairmen of the 44 local government areas of the state to stop all forms of illegal selling of government properties or risk their seats. State Deputy Governor and Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Aminu Gwazo, issued the government stern warning following reports that the chairmen have allegedly engaged in the illicit sale of government assets, including farms, plots of land, shops, and residential properties. Gwazo wanted the chairman to immediately seize any unauthorized sale of government properties within their domain across the state. He revealed that an intelligence team has been dispatched to various local government areas to identify and apprehend individuals involved in the unauthorized sale of government properties. Winner of the 2023 gubernatorial election in Kogi State, Usman Ododo, has been sworn in as the governor. This is coming months after he was elected to take over from Yahaya Bello, who has completed his second term in office. Ododo took the oath of office at around 2:24 p.m. in Lokoja. His inauguration came just minutes after Salifu Joel Oyibo took his oath of office as the Deputy Governor of Kogi State. With his swearing in, Ododo becomes the 5th Executive Governor of Kogi State. In foreign news, Mali's junta has set up a committee to organize a national peace dialogue after it scrapped a key 2015 peace deal with northern separatist groups following months of hostilities. Algeria was the main mediator in efforts to return peace to northern Mali following the agreement signed in its capital in 2015 between the Malian government and predominantly Tuareg armed groups. The Algerian brokered deal had already begun to unravel last year when fighting between the separatist and Mali government troops broke out in August. After 8 years of calm, as both sides scrambled to fill the vacuum left by the withdrawal of United Nations peacekeepers, Mali's military leaders who seized power in a 2020 coup ordered the departure of the UN's multidimensional integrated stabilization mission in June, accusing the troops of fueling community tensions. In sport now, Nigeria will begin the quest for a place in this year's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup next weekend, when the Flamingos take on their counterpart from the Central African Republic in a second-round first-leg encounter in the Cameroonian city of Douala. The Central Africans have many years now made Douala home as a result of lack of an approved stadium for international matches in Bangui or any other city in the country. It was in Douala that they hosted the Super Eagles in a 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifier in November 2021, which the Eagles won 2-0. The match, already scheduled for Sunday, 4th February, will hold at Stade de la Reunification de Douala. Nigeria's Flamingos, who won the bronze medals of the last edition of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup hosted by India after a penalty shootout defeat of Germany, have appeared at every edition of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup finals, bar one, the 2018 finals in Uruguay. And that's it on the news at 6, but just before we go, stay alive. Makings of pedestrian bridges were available. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch all the previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration completed the renovation of the library at the State Criminal Investigation Department, Banti Yaba? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. In a bid to promote the wellness and well-being of civil servants, the Office of Head of Service in Lagos State has organized its maiden walk for fitness. The Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Buba Mawa, has urged men and officers of the agency to shun any enticement that conflicts with the ethos of their profession as anti-narcotic operatives. We also told you that Mali's junta has set up a committee to organize a national peace dialogue after it scrapped a key 2015 peace deal with Northern Separatist Group following months of hostilities. In sport now, Nigeria will begin the quest for a place in this year's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup next weekend when the Flamingos take on their counterpart from the Central African Republic in a second round first leg encounter in the Cameroonian city of Douala. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagostate.gov.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Zainab Adebeshi. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good evening.